Welcome. This is Lenovo Unboxed. Gavin with my buddy.
Gavin.
Look, it's been a weird year for weather where we live. I don't know about where you live. Tell us in comments.
Yeah.
But it was a day, Kevin, where we needed to get out of the office, let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we got the ThinkPad 10, so there's a little thematic tie in there with mobility and being outdoors, so we figured it's just a good excuse, right?
Absolutely. And we stole our own lead. We're here today to unbox the ThinkPad 10, which is the latest Windows tablet in our repertoire. And again, it is very much built for the workplace. It's built for the office.
Yep.
And so, hence, we have gotten out of our office, but as you say, to also illustrate the mobility, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Tell us what we got here, Kev.
All right, I'm going to start unboxing it here and, you know, cut through the tape here with don't have my ceremonial box cutter today, so I'm using my keys.
I think we should stick with the keys, actually.
All right, that'll be the new ceremonial box cutter. But yeah, this is, you know, a sort of spiritual replacement for our older ThinkPad 2 product, so occupying the same kind of place in the product line. So you've got, you know, a 10-inch tablet here, significantly thinner, significantly lighter. It's right at about, I think, 598 grams, about 1.3 pounds, under 9 millimeters. Latest quad-core Bay Trail processor. So, you know, from a technical perspective, all in all, a very healthy upgrade to what we had before.
Absolutely. And again, for a little context, as you wrestle it out of the box, our first tablets came out in like 2011, something like that.
Right.
And as many of you may know, we've got Android and Windows tablets. Again, some that are geared more towards multimedia and sort of what we consider consumer uses. And then, boom, ThinkPad 10 in the business mold, right? Business first, anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get this box out of the way here. So, you know, it's a little traditional around the horn on the ports here. We've got micro HDMI. We've got SD card. Models will be available. The SIM card will go here, 3G and 4G.
Oh, sweet.
Volume up and down. Yep. What is that? Headphone, microphone, headphone and microphone port.
All right.
Power, rotation lock, USB 2.0, and a little bit more on that later.
Yeah, okay.
Well, let's go into it right now. People will ask, why is it USB 2.0 only on the
and not
tablet?
3?
Right.
Okay.
It's because the Bay Trail architecture natively only enables one USB 3.0 port. So we routed that actually through the dock, which we'll talk about, so we could get multiple USB 3.0s on the dock.
Okay.
Right. Makes
Fair
sense.
enough. So the dock makes up for it, in other words.
Yep. Power connector and stereo speakers here on the back.
Yeah. Let's look at the back for a sec as you're doing this. Let's linger on that, Joe, if you can. It's nice, man. It's classic ThinkPad. It's minimalist. Yep. It's beautiful. Again, to anybody who appreciates the history of ThinkPad design. It's a tablet. It's not a traditional laptop, but it's still all ThinkPad, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, we've got Gorilla Glass here, FHD screen, IPS, because people will ask.
Yes, they will.
IPS FHD screen, and let's talk a little bit about these accessories that I alluded to.
Real quick on the back again. It's aluminum as well. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Solid aluminum casing, you know, for durability.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, again, we're not, you know, as evidenced by where we are today, we're not planning on making people stick to the office. Bring it with you. Bring it out into the field wherever you go. So, show us the dock here.
Right. So we don't exactly have a desk to set this on, but this is the dedicated docking solutions. We'll talk a little bit about the optional keyboard in a moment as well. Let me go ahead and pull that out so I don't drop anything and break it here. But little round the horn on this microphone and headset, rather combo port, one USB 3.0 power connector, Ethernet, HDMI, and 2 more USB 3.0. So, you know, it's part of the multi-mode strategy as it is enabled for this, because the tablet mode is self-evident. The stand mode is enabled with the the stand mode is enabled with the cover, and then of course we have the laptop mode and the tent mode as well.
Right. And so, you know, there's a lot of illities associated with this thing. So, you know, durability we talked about with the Gorilla Glass, etc. Mobility, the reason we're outside here today, and then the modes bring the versatility, right? So the notion is, you know, well, it's interesting. I read an article just today, actually. It was maybe 6 months ago that we were seeing articles about the death of the PC, which no doubt was greatly exaggerated. And then today was the first one I'd seen, the death of the tablet. Yeah. And so it was a slight slump in sales for a couple of our competitors, actually, that caused the article. But Kev, what we're looking to do here with the versatility is to show that a tablet on its own is great, but a tablet that can become something else is even better, right?
I want to make sure I got those right. So it's tablet, desktop, stand, and notebook.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure
Your tent reference was that's our yoga,
right,
if
so
anything.
So
Yeah,
I just
sure.
want to make sure I got those 4 right. But you're absolutely right, because it's not a one-trick pony, right? There are a lot of tablets that are really good content consumption devices, and that's really kind of where they end, right? But with this and the focus on business enablement, because it is a ThinkPad, led us to develop this ecosystem of accessories so that you could do more. So there was actually usable in more different varied circumstances.
Sure. Fascinating. And again, as you guys know, in the larger pantheon of our products, there's a lot of modes, there's a lot of versatility, there's a lot of laptop that can also be a tablet, tablet that can be a laptop.
And that's really kind of the point. It does bear mentioning, though, there was a specific focus. Now, some of these things aren't going to be useful to everybody, and they don't have to they don't have to select them as one of their optional configurations when they buy it. But this is going to be available with a TPM chip. There will be a model that will have an optional smart card reader built into the back of it, and then there will be a model that can have fingerprint reader as well. So full multi-factor authentication for folks in government and high security applications. If you don't need it, you don't buy that model, but that's what we wanted to do, was make sure this thing was fully enabled for end users and unit of one type people who are just looking for a good solid business tablet, up to people who have very specific enterprise type requirements.
And presumably a very appealing product to the IT professionals among our audience. Again, large rollout, whether you're at a company or government or something like that, right?
Yep. So I've got the quick shot cover on it here, and we'll boot it up in a second. We'll do a quick cut, boot it up, and show how that works, and maybe take a selfie. But this was a concept that was introduced with our ThinkPad 8, right? So we've got our winking quick shot cover there. So you can take
not smirking, just winking.
Just winking. Yeah, it's not sarcastic.
No, it's not. It's not
just
gloating.
It's just cheeky.
Yeah, it is a little cheeky.
Right. And this will be the optional keyboard. There is, for anyone who's interested, pen storage available. So yeah, we
hadn't mentioned the pen. We missed it. We might have missed the headline for a lot of people.
Right.
Again, there was no pen on the ThinkPad 8, so this is a headline for some people, right?
Yep. True digitizing pen. We've got storage here in the keyboard, and there's a magnetic attachment here, so it doesn't just sit there. It kind of clicks in via magnets. Same thing here, right? It's not. It doesn't have a hinge per se, but you've got a magnetic click in there, so it can be used in its laptop mode.
Yep. What else to cover? We are going to do a cut and take a couple pictures and show you guys how the camera does. But anything else to cover before we do that?
Nope. We'll do that. We'll do a cut. We'll show the camera in the quick shot. Then we'll do another cut, and we'll show the rugged outdoor case.
Great. Let's go.
All right. And we're back.
All right, so let's demonstrate, Kev. Partly the winking feature that we mentioned, and then also let's take a couple snaps, maybe of our buddy Joe. So.
All right, so yeah, we've got the quick shot cover on, and I'll just do that again for illustrative purposes. So
just to hammer people.
I'd be walking down the street, and I flip my quick shot cover around, and I wink. Let's do it this way, so everybody can see what's going on here. I wink, and my camera app automatically launches, just like magic.
All right, so when you bend the little corner down, it automatically has you ready.
Yeah, it's actually, for anyone who cares, a Hall effect sensor is what it's called.
I was going to say that.
All right, so we're going to take it's not a selfie if we're not taking it of ourselves, but here's our trusty sidekick and cameraman Joe.
He's just an employee to me.
Yeah. All right. So here we go.
All right, so that's a nice shot of Joe. That's lovely.
So,
and then Joe, lean out a little to your right so we can see your face a little better. I know usually your face looks like a big camera.
There we go.
Nice.
And bada bing.
He looks very distinguished today, Joe.
What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so we're going to do another quick cut, and we're going to put this in the rugged case and show everybody what it would look like in use by anybody who needs to use it in the field. So what were we talking about earlier? Insurance industry.
How about construction? You're out on the site. Yep.
Right. Anybody who needs to be using this thing outside in a rugged case, we're going to snap it into the case, and we'll be right back.
All right.
All right.
And we're back.
And we're back again.
All right. So, Kev, here you're showing off what I think is the coolest accessory because it's the one I didn't know anything about before today, and I've been referring to it as the catcher's mitt, but in fact, it is not a catcher's mitt.
It is the.
What is it?
It is the ThinkPad protector case, ThinkPad 10 protector case, otherwise known as the rugged case. So as we said, we know that a lot of folks are going to want to use this in outdoor environments, in industrial type situations, or just in and out of the car. As we said, insurance, construction, real estate. a lot of call for that. So that's why we have
performance art.
This case, exactly. So I won't go around the horn. We've already seen the ports, but every port has the ability to open it up and access it, right? So it's really a well done case. You can still take a picture, right? It's rubberized, so there's an internal polycarbonate case with a screen protector and then a rubber bumper all the way around that with, as you say, your handy-dandy catcher's mitt
right.
Type
but it
deal
still
here.
looks, I like the design too, because it's very functional, obviously, but it still is 100% ThinkPad looking,
Yeah, absolutely. Just to point out here, the hand strap can be moved from the right to the left in case you want to use it in an amphibious fashion. Right, so I would assume that if you are right-handed, such as I am, you would carry it in your left hand and use the pen to write on the screen. Presumably, right. So just wanted to show that we've got that available. Any other quips or comments or anything that I've forgotten here, Gavin?
I think we've quipped ourselves right out. Most of the audience now is going to wake up at the end of this video. But Kev, I think that's it. Is that all we've got today?
Yeah, I mean, all in all, just to kind of wrap it up, it's the next iteration of our 10-inch tablet family, latest and greatest processor, improved memory storage, just about everything about it's been improved. I'm a big fan, and I think that for the target market that we're going for here, it's gonna be a home run.
For all you lovers of FCC filings that surface on the internet who already knew about this, it's official. ThinkPad 10 unboxed. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, folks.